Oftentimes, the Jamaica football space speaks about players who could possibly play for Jamaica based on eligibility. From names such as Morgan Gibbs White, Omari Hutchinson, and even Mason Greenwood, I have never seen anyone talk about the case with Marcus Rashford. And today on the channel, I want to talk about the surprising truth about Marcus Rashford and Jamaica. Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Structure not only increases our chance of success, it makes us more efficient at it. This is a quote written by Marshall Goldsmith, as it speaks directly to the situation of the Jamaica men's national team, seeing that the fact is that Jamaica still have a chance to play in the FIFA Men's World Cup, but we're hanging on, hoping that success will be garnered. Greetings and welcome to Premier 7, everyone. I am your host yet again, Ryan Nelson. I hope that you're having a wonderful time in this festive season. For me, I am here and there because on my mind is the Jamaica men's national team. Now, you have heard the intro before this part of the video, and you may be wondering, why do I choose to speak about a player of such profile? Player, of course, is Marcus Rashford, as you're seeing the title of the video below, which states the surprising truth about Marcus Rashford and Jamaica. Well, a wake up call. Is it a case that Rashford wanted to play for Jamaica? Or is it a case that Jamaica made an attempt to get Marcus Rashford? Well, you're here to hear what I am here to talk about the player, seeing that the profile of Marcus Rashford could have been the best player to represent Jamaica in this existing moment. But before I dive into the meat of the matter today, people, the target of the channel for the new here entrance is 3,000 subs. So if you're new to Premier 7, please go ahead and subscribe. You're seeing above that I have 2,672 subscribers. So if I could gain that 3,000 subscription before the new year kicks in, it will be a blessing. And of course, big shout out to all those persons who continue to support by liking, commenting, sharing the content so that other persons can be engaged. Now, back on base, why do I choose Marcus Rashford? I chose Marcus Rashford for one, seeing that this player, as I've stated earlier on, could have been that player who would have been our best player. And of course, if we had him representing Jamaica on his current form, then surely we would just be here relaxing for World Cup in the summer. And of course, a lot more players would be attracted. But what is the problem? The problem is our system. The problem is all about those who we have in charge. And I have some videos to come to speak about how Jamaica could improve, talking about the Jamaica Football Federation. But at this stage, I want to focus on Marcus Rashford. Firstly, talking about here the case of his background. So, I mean, persons would have understood that Marcus Rashford was born in England on the 31st of March 1997. Some persons are the same age as Rashford. I mean, height 6 feet 2 inches if you're really much interested in his height. And of course, he currently plays on loan at Barcelona, wearing the former legends number in Thierry Henry, number 14. Now, the thing is, Marcus Rashford is of Jamaican descent because of his father. I mean, many persons would have talked about his maternal mommy um, descent because his mother is from St. Kitts. But the fact is that once a player is eligible to represent based on nationality of his descendants, then it could be a possible case for that player to represent once he is not cap tied. No, I mean, you guys know Rashford. You know how popular Rashford is. You guys know that Rashford would have been a peach for Jamaica, repping the colors well and making us a team to be reckoned with in CONCACAF. But, in England, he is that player who I believe on this format is on will be making it to the World Cup in 2026. I mean, let's be real here. A lot of our Jamaican players currently are the ones that could not make the England squad, or let's say the other countries for which they represents based on nationality. If they were supposed to be called up by those nations, they would not be playing at the international level. And I think that is one of the case of concerns for the Jamaica men's national team, seeing that based on our scouting, we have persons who are trying their best, but our scouting may not be as effective as possible. And it is somewhat inconsistent when it comes on to getting diaspora players who are on a higher level or a higher ceiling than who we currently have. And I think this boils down to the Jamaica Football Federation team. I mean, Rashford would be a player if we had him and our system is great, then several other players would be coming in. The scouts would not have so much problems to deal with, so much up and down getting passports from Pika. It would more so be a walk in the park once they have all documentations from those players in their home country, then coming to Jamaica to get everything sorted out. But our system is absolutely weak. Our system is limited for years. It is not attractive. It has a lot of push factors, not pull factors. And this is why I am saying that for us to have better players than who we currently have, players that we would love to see, for example, a Marcus Rashford, without a change in the system, we will never ever get to that potential of having players who could be stars in CONCACAF. Now, why didn't he consider Jamaica? I mean, England is that place that many players who were born there would love to represent, and Rashford is not on the same level as those who we have existing. So, I mean, he would want to consider his home country. But the fact is that a top level player like Rashford making his decision will be based on development, exposure, and long term growth, and England provides all of that. First class country. Jamaica, on the other hand, hasn't consistently offered a system capable of supporting elite talents. One of our best names in Jamaica football history is Leon Bailey, and we see how he struggles when he's playing for us. Not that I'm trying to defend him, but what is happening behind the scene is more than what you're seeing up front. And of course, it's not all about the loyalty. Rashford openly celebrates his roots, but no matter how gifted the player is, the structure would have to be there to help him become that professional or to keep him on that professional level or path to help him become more successful as his career continues. And of course, again, back to the Jamaican Football Federation, they're not doing a good job whenever it comes on to football. So unfortunately, the JFF's ongoing challenges in terms of leadership, scouting, and planning to get world class players on board looks very much difficult because these players, once they have a hint of our system, they will say, hell no, I prefer to stay where I am at. And that is the reason why, even though we get some English based players, we're still struggling to even convince them before they came because of our poorly run administration. Now, what could have been if we had a player of Marcus Rashford's caliber in the Jamaica men's national team? People remember the target 3,000 subscribers before December 2025 ends. I want to reach a different level before the new year kicks in. So I'm going to show you a little comparison with our existing player, let's say our most productive player in the World Cup qualification stage compared to a Marcus Rashford. You're seeing on the screen here that based on age, height, market value, Rashford is the man. And Don't even talk about the club and the average SOFA ratings. Rashford is miles ahead of Ronaldo CFAs. It just shows how different these players are based on class, minutes per game. Rashford 64 to CFAs 21 total minutes played. Look at how much minutes Rashford covers and match play. Goals. I think the goals will be more than that for Rashford right now, but the expected goals, there's nothing for CFAs. Goals per game. Rashford again, shots off target. Rashford again, shots on target. Rashford again. This is no comparison, but I'm showing you why I go for Rashford is just to show you the levels that we could have been on if we had a player like Marcus Rashford. I mean, oftentimes persons inform us to forget about those players who we currently have, representing the Jamaica men's national team. Thus, those players are not good enough. Are not good enough. So, seeing that these players are not good enough, even though we try as fans to back them, try our best to support them, they're still not hitting that level because they are not the right level of players that we currently have. And now, looking on what you have just seen with Rashford comparing to Asifas, it is a no, no, no comparison. So, Marcus Rashford, he will never play for Jamaica because he's now England cap tied. But his story is more than a missed call up. It's a wake up call for Jamaica football. World class talent requires structure, engagement, and planning. And all that goes back to the Jamaica Football Federation. Rashford's journey shows just how easily potential stars can slip through the cracks and what the JFF must do if they ever want the Reggae Boys to compete at the highest level. I have heard other persons talk about the fact that Jamaica Football Federation will never change, and that is the reason why we're struggling. I have to agree with them. Yes, we get some England players. Yes, we may get other nations of players, but when, where, and at what time? What are the levels of these players? Are we like Nigeria? Are we like Japan? Are we like Morocco, getting players who could play for the first class countries in football? We are nowhere there. We're still struggling to attract players because our administration is not running properly. And this isn't just about Rashford. You heard me talk about the Jamaica Football Federation. You cannot have players here who want to play football, but yet still the administration is trash. Is trash when it comes on to football. So people, if we want the best for Jamaican football, let us use the Rashford situation as an example to draw out and to call out those who are not helping Jamaica to become a better place to play football. I have a video coming up on something specific about the Jamaica Football Federation. Hopefully, you guys will like that coming one, but for now, let the focus remain on this one, the surprising truth about Marcus Rashford and Jamaica, a wake up call. He could have been one of us. So, people, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You know, when you reply to the video, I would surely have something to say after. So, you all take care. Goodbye until we meet again.